Greetings, fellow traders. Bubblehead here, and it's time for the lunchtime market update for Tuesday, February 25th, 2020. I hope everybody's having a great trading day today. This is brought to you by Positive Trends Research, and everything we're going to talk about today is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. So please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome. So, wow. So what a day today. Only down 39 points compared to the 100 points from yesterday. So, but at least today was actually tradable, right? Yesterday they gave us a big gap down and a lot of choppy mess, but today actually gave some pretty clear movements to the downside. So, if you're able to switch the script from calls to puts, today was definitely an interesting morning. So, let's take a look and see what the price action was looking like on the SPX after we take a look at the daily chart here. Right, we talked about this key level here where we bounced yesterday. So, right, support, and we broke down. Once we broke down yesterday's lows, right, you can really kind of call that the bottom of the trend box, right? And so once we flushed below there, right, it was over, at that point. So we had a pretty good down move here at 32.15 all the way to 31.78. So a nice down move here. And like we talked about in the live streams, right, look at what we're holding. We're holding the daily cloud bottom right now. So that's key support to hold. If we do close bearishly below that, wouldn't be surprised to see this thing hit the macro upward trend line. Because we do have still some open gaps below, and that would correspond right with this trend line right here, possibly a little undershoot and then up again. They get a 200-day moving average right here at 30.44. So, stairs up, elevator down. So that's exactly what we're looking at here. So let's take a look at the price action here intraday today. So pretty nice stuff, right? So we had a bearish 15 orb at the open, quick little move back down, couldn't hold back into the 15 orb range. They got a nice flush off of that one, a little bit of a nasty candle right here, and then another push to the downside, right? So we saw that type of price action today. A couple buy the dip opportunities, but no real follow through on it. So let's take a look at some of the more popular names here. So Apple, again, they opened some more stores in China, but all the headlines today have been coronavirus and everything all around the world. So Apple couldn't hold up based on that news, and we had again, very similar to the SPX, a nice 15 orb to the downside today on Apple. We also had Tesla. So Tesla definitely hit our bearish radar this morning. We pointed it out on the live stream today, and let's take a look and see what happened here as it gets loaded up. Okay, so yeah, so this is a great one right here. This is just an incredible move to the downside on Tesla, right? So 15 orb down. Look at that, 838 for a nice move all the way down to 787 on this one. But here, this candle right here is just perfect, right? Came back, test the 15 orb high, upper shadow, shooting star, and then see ya. So even if you grab profits right here, as it filled a prior open gap, right? Just a beautiful candle on this one. The total range of that candle is 25 points on Tesla, so that was a nice one there. Let's take a look at some of the earnings ones that happened today. So Shake Shack, pretty cool bounce on Shake Shack, guys. This is a little technique that we use. If you just go to, you check out your pre-market levels. We talked about this last night too. One of the key areas is it's to consider it a gap and go, to really look for a gap and go to the downside, it would have had to have gapped below this trading range right here, and it didn't do that, right? So it actually used this as support, and we talked about this last night about filling this gap, and it likes to do that like on earnings day, right? It can get some real volatile action and do that. But look what it did here on the on their 5-minute chart. Right, so your 5-minute chart here, once you got that lower shadow off of the pre-market lows, especially on earnings day, right? It's really an earnings day technique, where you get that nice move up to the upside, right? So I mean, even that 5 orb up to 64.18 gets all the way to 66.85 for a nice move on Shake Shack today. So that was a good move there. So, and then Home Depot couldn't do a gap and go to the upside. Right, so this one, again, if it doesn't gap over a real big pivot or an all-time high or an all-time low or whatever the case is, right, you tend to get a reversal off of that. We talk about it all the time, right? You can see that right here on the 15-minute chart, right? Upper shadow right at the pre-market levels and then down, right? You take a look at the 5-minute chart, upper shadow at the 5-minute chart and then down, right? So that was that's one of the things that we look at, right? So so good stuff there on those two. So, and then one more. So we have MasterCard. So MasterCard announced yesterday that coronavirus is affecting their revenue as well. So that was one to keep an eye on today too. And you can see here off of its 15 orb, it's got a nice down move too. So a little doji right there, and then see ya. Right, especially once it got through the pre-market levels, it was all downhill from there. So anyway, so that was all for MasterCard. So let's take a look. We got a couple chart requests coming through. So Domino, so DPZ. We have pizza, right? We have Papa John's are reporting this week too, so we're getting a DPZ showing some relative strength today, right? So let's see if some volume comes in here, see if it gets over the all-time highs and gets a nice move on that one. So very, very nice on Domino's. I like the 15 orb break right here. Look at that, perfect, right through the aftermarket levels right there, and give you a nice move up for nice 3 candles right there. So again, nice little inside 15 too toward the 15 orb blows for a move to the upside. So let's see if we can close above the all-time highs and keep going. So what better to get pizza instead of going out to dinner, have them deliver it to you. So we have that one. Another one that we pointed out today on the live stream was A lot of the oil stocks were weak today, right? So Halliburton was one of them that just kind of popped up on the radar today. This was a nice 15 orb to the downside. Very, very clean trade down on Halliburton. Another one, too, that popped up today that we pointed out was Starbucks, right? So this is a good one here. As soon as it loads up here. So Starbucks, right? Here you go, nice 15 orb down on Starbucks today. So that definitely popped up on our radar too. Another request here is Cisco. This one was on our radar as well. So I like the 15 orb down, then your inside 15 here to break it down. Triple inside 15 down for another move. Boeing. Can't complain about this downside move on Boeing. Guys, we talked about this one last night, right? So here's your 15 orb, right? Finally broke down here and got a nice move down. Filled some gaps on that one too. But guys, look how bearish this chart was going into this week. So even if you didn't have like SPY on your radar as a potential short, right, because of its candle and its lower shadow. Look at Boeing, like closed bearishly with increased volume below the 50-day moving average and got that nice gap down yesterday and has continued follow through. And in addition, right, we're at the top of this channel. Right? We've been tweeting about that every night. Right, so here's high to the channel, low to the channel, right, low to the channel, high to the channel, high to the channel, high to the channel right here, right below the 200-day moving average, right below 50-day moving average. See a nice movement to the downside, great follow through off of that channel high. So definitely something to look at, right? Get those channels up there, and then Uber. So Uber struggled, right? So it's been doing really good. This is a trade of the week idea we had for a nice long, right? Good follow through on that one to the upside, and then obviously here inside day down, Doji, right? Turned into a Doji sandwich to the downside after we broke under yesterday's lows. Check out the 15-minute chart here. Uber was perfect today. Beautiful 15 orb down. So anyway, good stuff today, guys. I hope everybody has a safe rest of your trading day. It's definitely a lot more fun day than yesterday now that things are actually moving. Hey, if it's down, it's down, right? So we enjoy it when it's up, but when it's down too, it can move pretty fast. And if you can get a good setup, it's good stuff. So I hope everybody enjoys the rest of your trading day and has a good one. And remember your risk first and stay safe so you can stay in the game. I'll talk to you guys soon.